on taking such a huge and important step in your relationship, and I wish you all the best for the future. On behalf of the beautiful bridesmaids, thank you, Shannon, for your kind words. I totally agree that all looks stunning. Surpassed only by Laura herself, so it's breathtaking. I'd also like to thank the parents of the bride, Terry and Christine, and the parents of the groom, Bruce and Lynette, for putting so much effort into the wedding preparations and for providing the means to celebrate such an awesome event in such style. Now, I'll depart from the subject of style and talk for a few minutes about Shannon. I first met Shannon 4 years ago in our first year at university while we were both at Hayward Hall. Now, it's true that in the first few weeks of a hall, nobody knows anyone, so people are willing to make friends with any weirdo just to not feel lonely. But I can honestly say, from the word go, I really liked Shannon and enjoyed his company. In fact, it was Shannon's room that used to be the focal point for a few drinks in the weekend. And it was here that a number of the qualities that make Shannon such a good guy became evident. Not least the fact that he really does care for his mates. One such story that displays this admirable characteristic involves Shannon and today's MC, Chris. Now, it's well known that Chris falls asleep in unusual places after he's had a few to drink. And so it was one Saturday night that we were in Shannon's room and Chris got up and left. 2 minutes later, he still hadn't returned, something that none of us really took any notice of except Shannon, in whose mind possible scenarios were going through. Suddenly, Shannon jumped up in a state of panic and exclaimed, "Guys, Chris, man, he hasn't returned. He's probably fallen asleep somewhere. He's probably gone to have a shower, and he's probably asleep in the shower and face down in the water and he's drowning." We all looked at each other a bit confused, but Shannon was out the door sprinting down the hallway. We followed him, and he burst into the bathroom, and of course, there was no time to shout out Chris's name, that would take far too long. He dashed into the adjacent cubicle and started clambering up the wall. He was halfway over when he looked inside. There was a naked Asian staring up at him, the expression of terror on his face. He wanted to cover himself up or defend himself. 2 seconds later, Chris emerged from the opposite toilet. I suppose there's a lesson in this for you, Laura. Watch out. Shannon will use any excuse to go to the shower. Another characteristic that I admire about Shannon is his integrity. He has a number of moral principles that he hard work at, something that is evident from his university marks, and also the fact that he is frustratingly good at a number of sports. He is only good at non-contact sports. The last time he tried rugby was at the Hayward Hall South Island vs North Island Rugby League match. Shannon got a tooth in his head after 10 minutes.